I've got mail.
Hey guys, my name is Ryan.
And I am Misko.
And welcome back to Overwatch Central and another episode of the Meilbox. A series where we answer your questions about Overwatch, this channel, and any other trouble that might be on your mind. As always, a friendly reminder that if you do have any questions that you want to ask us, then be sure to put them in the comments below. But let us know that you want to keep watching this series by leaving a like on the video. It helps the video get seen and it helps us know what you guys want us to do on the channel. But without further ado, let's get stuck in.
Calvin626 says, I've been watching your channel for a while and you've given great responses so far, but why do you push that competitive is vastly different from a pub game? This is a great question, honestly, and the meta for many games change a lot depending on what the pros and high-skilled players play with. They have an easier time with understanding the game and with that, updates to it as well. So if heroes are buffed or nerfed, they are likely to be some of the first people to find a way to use this to their advantage. This doesn't necessarily mean that the entire player base follows the pros though. Look at Torbjorn and Bastion for example. Even Blizzard themselves can confirm that new players struggle to play against them, whilst more experienced players think they are worthless basically. Hence why competitive play is different from public matches in some ways, but the concept of the game is obviously still the same.
I think as well, me and Miska particularly aren't the greatest Overwatch players at the moment. We'll get better over time, sure, but I think a lot of the stuff that we suggest, like some of the partnerships that we've tried out and ideas that we've come up with, have been inspired from a lot of stuff that we've seen in tournaments. For example, the 2 tanks, 2 offensive heroes, and 2 supports we saw in a tournament, as well as using multiple divas to protect the end of a map on a payload, for example. The more we get used to the game, the more we'll be able to experiment for ourselves and people to use our suggestions. But for now, it's just relaying what we've seen and what we've learned, adding a little extra into it, and then showing that to you guys. Chemist asks, what are your favourite games if Overwatch doesn't count? Well, I think an honourable mention for me has to go to FIFA. I play a lot of it. I don't really like it as a game. I would never be like, it's my favourite game ever, because, you know, it's not that great of a game, but certainly the one I sink the most time into just by playing manager mode, basically. I go through stages of playing a lot of World of Warcraft, but mostly games that I really like. Undertale is fantastic. If you haven't played it, then I think you should. Psychonauts is up there with some of my favourite games. Shadow of the Colossus as well. And a very old game, Digimon World on the PlayStation 1, if any of you remember it. That's a great game. It's so hard, but it's a great game. So as you can tell, Overwatch is probably the only shooter that's up there, but it's easily become my favourite game of all time. Regardless of this channel, like, Overwatch is so much fun. But if I'd say otherwise, my game of the year last year had to be Undertale, and I really liked Ori and the Blind Forest as well. But games that I've sunk the most hours into would be World of Warcraft or FIFA.
More recently, I've been playing a fair bit of Dota 2 and Rocket League. As for my favorite games of all time though, I'm gonna have to say Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker along with Dota 2. So Wind Waker more for the story and the world. I really enjoy that game. I played it many times and it was my first kind of experience with a real like adventure and sort of open world game, and I really loved it as a kid, and I played it many times ever since I got it when I was little, and yeah, I love that game. And Dota 2 I like a lot because of its incredible depth and complex game mechanics, so each game can be very unique and I really like that. Adrian Josiason asks, should Mei be buffed since she's so underplayed? I honestly have a great time playing Mei in pubs. Even when we bumped into players that we notice are significantly better than others, it's still a lot of fun. There are always going to be some heroes that are used more than others in tournaments, so I don't see Mei's situation as an issue really. She hasn't been picked up much in tourneys we've seen so far due to her low mobility. She isn't nearly as fast as some other heroes, and she doesn't actually have any movement abilities other than putting up an ice wall underneath herself. So that's mainly why she isn't played as much as others. But I love just trolling and juking people with the ice walls and cryo freeze though, so I'm more than happy already with how Mei works and how she's balanced.
I think there are a lot of heroes that are in Mei's situation as well. Definitely the defensive heroes in tournaments. I don't really play a lot of Mei, and she's quite frustrating to play against, but I do see the good side of her. I don't know what they could do to make her played more, but I definitely want to say she's underpowered. It's just that her style of play doesn't suit the team mechanics that competitive players want to play. But in a pug, you know, you wouldn't be doing wrong by playing Mei. Just make sure to be aware of the game, and if things aren't going well, then you might want to be the first to change. Front Dynamite asks, why is one of the people that speaks in this video sound like he's sick? I mean, like his nose is full. I'm assuming he's talking about me, and that's fine. That's just how I sound. In person, I've been told I don't sound as bad, and I kind of agree with them. It is a couple of things. For example, my recording setup isn't great. I'm in a very small, stuffy room. It's winter, so there's plenty of reasons why I might get bunged up, especially on a morning where I tend to record. On an evening, I'm fine, but I'm very conscious of it, and no doubt it's something that I will look to in the future. So I'm still trying to work it out. I'm trying to sound as good as I can, but at the same time, I don't think it takes away from the video, if that makes sense. Sure enough, I haven't got a proper voiceover voice like Total Biscuit or something, for example. But we're from similar parts of the country and similar dialects, and I'd like to think we have the same sort of nasally sound. People like Martin Littlewood are very similar as well. So it's just a case of me working it out and being able to work with it instead of working against it.
Next up is Pedro Arroyo. I hope I pronounced your name somewhat correctly. But anyway, what heroes or abilities in particular do you guys think are overpowered? Overall, I feel like the extremely powerful abilities sort of cancel out each other to some degree. But if I had to pick one to tweak it, it would probably be Genji's Deflect. I don't find Genji as a hero to be super overpowered, but the duration of his deflect ability is slightly too long. It shouldn't be as easy to deflect all projectiles that the enemy is throwing at you, and it's a bit ridiculous when you shoot a Genji from the side and he's deflecting and he deflects it to like in front of himself and when he's not maybe even looking at you. So having that duration being a lot lower would actually make it more of a skill shot rather than just a panic button, which it is right now. But apart from that, I'm fine with most abilities in the game. Mercy's ult could use a little bit of tweaking, I guess, but Blizzard tried before. Maybe they'll do a better job with tweaking Mercy's ult in the next patch.
Yeah, I think Mercy is the main one for me that just needs organising. It's difficult, and I feel that when she comes back, it'll be spot on, because Blizzard would have had time to work with it. Apart from that, maybe some of the charges of the ultimate. Lucio seems to have his ultimate a lot. Diva tends to have an ultimate quite a lot. Meanwhile, heroes like Symmetra can really struggle to charge up her ultimate because of the kind of character that she is. She's not going to get involved and stuck in there like Lucio will do, so it is a lot harder to charge her ultimate up. Generally though, I'm quite surprised at how balanced the heroes are, so I'm definitely looking forward to Toby and Bastion coming back and seeing what they've changed. But that's it for this episode of the Meilbox. Thank you very much for watching. Do leave your questions in the comments below if you have any. Subscribe for more Overwatch content, and until next time, take care, and we will see you then.